When did you make your first significant amount of money? Where you said, Mom, we don't have to worry that much.
Yeah.
I remember feeling the pride of what people must feel like. When you work hard, you get money, and you can buy stuff with your money. Nobody, you don't have to say thank you to anybody. I remember taking the rest of the shekels, money, the coins, and spreading it out on the table in front of my mother, and I'll never forget, it was the first lesson I had about my mom, certainly, but also the female of the species. When I put all the money on the table, my money came over and gave me the biggest hug, and she said, "That's my little man." I go, "Oh,
damn.
Money.
Manhood.
Even God passes the hat, okay?"
Yep.
Money is good. Money is the only thing that allows me to buy my mother the hip operation she may need, or to feed my family, or do anything else.
Yes, sir.
Without it, love is the most powerful thing on the planet. That's a lie. It's unfortunately a lie. You've got an Ethiopian woman on the Kalahari Desert holding her child and giving it all the love you could ever imagine, be willing to give her life for her child. You will die.
That's right.
Without money, or without the ability to feed your child, you're going to die. First money, then love. In fact, money is the expression of love.
Yeah.
That's not what they teach you in
independence,
school.
it's freedom, it's power, it's all the things. It's safety,
Happiness.
it's comfort, it's all those things, man. We talk about this all the time.
Even, by the way, I've had this conversation with people. I've written a few business books. One is Me Inc., Me Incorporated, and Power Books and all this stuff. And it talks about the stuff they don't teach you in school. I used to be a 6th grade teacher in Spanish Harlem. And where I learned my first lesson, which was Maricón Latino Judeo, which does not mean good morning Jewish person. It does not mean that.
It doesn't mean that. It does not mean
for
that.
those that speak Spanish.
You thought it did, but it doesn't. Upon closer inspection,
Yeah.
Google Translate says something else.
Yeah. I forgot where I was going. That's going to happen to you too.
No. You're right with it.
You say money. You were teaching.
You were teaching sixth grade in Spanish Harlem.
Learned your first lesson.
And then what happened?
You were saying we were talking about money. We're talking about money is in fact is love. It's everything.
There is.
Well, they don't teach you that in school.
No,
they don't.
they don't.
You
No, they
wrote a
don't.
book, and
No.
the book is about
when you go to school, it is so depressingly stupid, because you've got young, impressionable minds who are just, they want to understand this world that they came into.
And they're conditioning you to work a 9 to 5. That's all they're doing.
Did you learn anything about capitalism in school?
Nothing.
No.
Nothing.
Taxes.
How to get what's a
Nothing.
job? What taxes?
Saving money.
Not even how the government works.
Nothing. You went to
No, they're conditioning you so you can be a good 9 to 5 employee.
how to be innovative, how to try to provide.
But you did have shop class, how to make a little
The
toy.
kids don't now.
Yeah.
They got rid of that. So and
learn
there's
nothing.
bells. So you're
Problem
conditioned.
solving. We should be learning how to solve problems.
Well, I learned the most about capitalism when I signed up for Junior Achievement, which at that time was a really simple idea. If you were 12 or 13, and they'd get captains of industry, people who had their own businesses, and they would kindly take the time in the afternoon after school and have a room full of kids and talk about stuff. One subject was, hey kids, let's form a company. This is how America does. Okay, yeah, I want to form a company. What kind of company would you like to form? I like cookies. Okay, let's form a cookie company. Okay, what are we going to call the cookie company? And you go through the steps. Now, and I remember this, kids, what do companies need? What does everybody need? What do all living things need? Money. That's right. We need money to buy equipment, to make the
ingredients
stuff. Yeah. Where are we going to do it? Who's going to do it? They're going to have to get paid, like sort of a microcosm of what capitalism is all about. Okay, well, we need money. Does anybody have money? We don't have any money. Okay, well then let's try to raise money. The simple idea would be go to your parents, see if you can get $1, and your uncle and stuff get money, or
outsource to China.
We can have pieces of paper, and you'll sell shares in the company, and if there's a profit, you'll divide up the shares, and we actually made cookies and sold them, and made a few pennies, and sort of then understood, you can apply that to cars and clothing, and that's how it works. And I learned more there than I ever did in school.
When did you make your first significant amount of money? Where you said, Mom, we don't have to worry that much.
Yeah, where you could breathe a little bit.
Well, significance and significant money keeps being diluted because inflation keeps.
Let's say $1 million.
$1 million.
Your first meal.
You mean lunch money for Shannon?
She's eating that Erewhon, yeah.
Bad
right away. KISS was a very strange, it's a singularity. We started New Year's Eve, 1974, as the clock struck the...
I got to stop you because actually more important, when you go through the trauma of poverty, when that ice cream cone tastes that good, when you are the sole breadwinner in a way, I know your mom worked, but I'm just saying, the amount of pressure to make that money, just to stay in a house so you don't get kicked out in the wintertime in Manhattan. Back then, I know a lot about that. The idea is for a young kid or a young man, you don't have time for art. You don't have time for music. What you have time for is to make money any way you can. So you're thinking that way. But somehow you said, I'm going to be a rock and roll star. I would have told you you're out of your mind.
No. I wanted to make money. The phrase is rich and famous.
Rich and famous.
I didn't make that up. I'm just aware of the rules.
But let him finish with answering your first $1 million, like your first real money.
Well, the journey happened very fast. Before MTV, before cell phones, before anything, even before voicemail, we started in the early January of 74. Sometimes I think it's 1874. And within a year and a half, we were headlining Anaheim Stadium on top of bands that had been around 15 years.
But does that mean you're making money? Because, right, you have a manager, you have the production, you have all the bands.
In the beginning, yes, we were making money, but all the money went back into the show.
Correct.
We were headlining Anaheim Stadium, and my salary was $85 a week.
Jeez.
Yeah.
50 years ago.
By the way, it went up $10 from $75 a week a few months before then. But
was that good back then, or?
Well, I had no costs. I didn't start driving a car and didn't own one until I was 34.
Oh, wow.
In New York, you just take the subway or take a cab.
Yeah.
And I was living with a chick who I was not intimate with in a duplex. My rent was $200 a month. It was nothing. So there were no costs, no overhead. I didn't have insurance. It was a different time.
Yeah.
So $1 could buy you a lot of stuff. When I went to college, you could buy a Volkswagen for under $3,000.
Jeez.
Now you can go buy a Tootsie Roll for $3,000.
Yeah, I'll spend that at Erewhon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so, you bet. So we got big really fast, and my mother spoke very halting English and had a very thick Hungarian accent. We spoke a few languages, Hungarian and Hebrew and English and some other stuff. And she always called about, how is the orchestra? The band is fine, Mom.
How is the orchestra?
Yeah, there's no, well, what is the difference?
No,
it's just words.
It works.
Yeah, you play music and there's more than one.
Yeah,
it's an orchestra.
It works.
How is
Mom's
the
right.
orchestra?
Electric Light Orchestra. And so, you want to take care of your mom. Every little boy, so as soon as I make money, I'm going to take care of my mom. And in those days, checks is how big money came. There was either cash, there were no credit cards, no such thing. It was cash, or you wrote a check. And I remember showing my mother a check. It was more than one. And my mother didn't understand all the zeros.
We talking like 6 zeros, Gene, or what are we talking there?
Yeah, it was 6 zeros, but it was more than one.
Yeah.
All right,
Tell you what, let's take a break,
break.
because I'll tell you what people aren't talking about enough this holiday season, and that's your dong.
And you're going to get busy this holiday season.
Hopefully a little eggnog and a wiener.
All that food, though, your wiener might be like, I'm a little tired. That's why you get a little joy mode.
Yeah,
Take some joy mode.
Turkey gives you limp wiener.
Get some blood flow to the old wang.
That's
Okay?
right. Do it all natural, backed by science. Stay away from the prescription drugs. Stay away from the gas station pills.
It's
all
a
that stuff
sexual
is
performance
malarkey.
booster, Brendan. You feel it downstairs. You just drink it 40 minutes to 4 hours before you do the nasty, and take a look at what it does for you.
Dude, it's like a pre-workout before you get down and dirty, and you can do it naturally without the nasty prescription drugs. We have a special offer for Fighter and Kid listeners and viewers. Go to tryjoymode.com/fighter. Enter fighter at checkout for 20% off your first order. That's tryjoymode.com/fighter. That's 20% off your first order. Your wiener will thank you.
I said, Mom, go buy houses, go buy whatever you want. It's yours and everything. And before
How old were you? You were probably
I was
25?
56 then.
You were 25.
Put it over the plate. I'll hit it right over. That
Put it over the
must have-
plate.
I was
That was
22
25?
or 23.
Wow.
And so she didn't understand the amount. So she put the check aside because she didn't understand it. She understands cash, you know. And she wanted to know who gave me the money and who pays you and where do you go to work. You know, like this is a job.
Yeah.
Who's your boss? What are the hours of? That's what she understood. And she never understood her entire life how you get the money. You know, you try to explain it to somebody. It's still sort of, it's like, here's the equivalent today. It's in the cloud.
Yeah.
Whatever the fuck
Explain
that is.
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Explain it.
Try to explain it.
It's up there.
Yeah.
And so she never understood it. But no, I took care of Mom. That's what you're supposed to do. Houses and stuff and cars. My poor mother spoke halting English, and she failed her driver's test 5, count it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5
Good for her.
times. She got a brand new car and everything.
Now, Gene, that check that you got, did all the bandmates get it? Did you divvy it up evenly amongst
In
all
the
you?
beginning,
Yeah.
it was equally divided up. But soon enough, Paul and I decided the other two guys weren't putting in as much time and effort.
How'd that
and
combo go?
We were writing all the songs, and that changed pretty fast.
How'd that conversation go with those other bandmates?
Oh, never. Well, everybody validates their own importance to something.
course.
Without me in the band, you could, you know. But welcome to planet Earth. But I want to quickly get to my mother's last drive, the time before she passed the driver's test. She's in the car. She was explaining to me, because I speak fluent Hungarian. Nagyon dolgoztam, és ott ült, ott voltak, és mondok, you know, she's telling me, and he tells me, now slow down, we're coming to a red light. She goes, okay, slow down, and she slows down. Okay, when the light turns green, I want you to turn left. Do you understand? Yes, make left where the light is green. He goes, that's right. She goes, left? He goes, right. So she turned right. She failed the test.
Unbelievable. And how long was she with us?
I'm sorry?
When did she pass? How old were you?
She was 94.
Oh, wow. Good run.
Yeah. And that's after
Tough woman.
my mother, bless her, actually survived the Nazi concentration camps of World War II.
Oh, wow.
She was there at 14 years of age. Damn. And her entire family and my entire family were incinerated. And yet, I pause because I tend to get choked up. And yet, through my mother's wisdom, this notion of every day above ground is a good day is a good piece of advice for all of us living in America. Because whatever the fuck you think is going, look at a traffic jam, you got a bad
got
hair
no
day
idea.
or something, my girlfriend dumped, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Means nothing relative to what went on 70 years ago.
Yeah.
That's right. That's exactly
That's
right.
nothing.
Yeah.
You have no idea. Or today, go to Africa, see how your life is.
That's
Yeah.
right. That's exactly right.